Hi everyone, it's Dawn Fisher, Morning Glory Needleworks. Welcome to my 69th FlossTube video. I'm so glad you're here. As always, thank you to everybody who subscribed, liked, commented on my videos. I really appreciate it. I've got a few new subscribers. Welcome, welcome. As always, I'm going to go through my little introduction. The things I talk about, and I did do a couple of them this time, there are links posted in the description comment section on my laptop anyway. You have to click on more below the video and all this stuff comes up where I tell about what's going on. But I have links to the Morning Glory Needleworks Facebook page, Instagram page, which is MG Needleworks. My email is in there if you want to contact me. Buy me a coffee, bio link, which has all the links on it, and my Etsy shop. So if you're interested in any of my patterns or want to see what I have available for sale, you can stop in there. You can follow that link. So it's the 1st of November. Let's get going here. A life update. I'm happy to report there are no hurricanes. I think there's a couple of disturbances out there, but I'm not worried about those. We really haven't even had any rain since Milton came through. Hallelujah. We did have like rain for about 3 minutes last night. But anyway, other than that, it's been quiet. There's still a lot of damage, a lot of trees down. The condo, there's a tree down back out this window, and then there's a tree down out the front. But they're off the road, so they're out of the way. I know they're getting quotes on getting them removed. The condo association is. But other than that, it's been really quiet. I do have a retreat to talk about, so that is one good thing, but I'll talk about that in a minute. Other than that, everything's pretty quiet here. Just me and the kitties. We didn't get any trick-or-treaters. I guess they're not allowed. There's no solicitors. I guess trick-or-treaters are solicitors, but they're not allowed here in the condo grounds. They're not allowed to come. I figured we'd get swamped with them because it's kind of like a closed place. There's a lot of buildings and a lot of people in a small amount of area, but we didn't have any. So what little Halloween candy I had, I have to eat all by myself. So anyway, I do have one little thing. It's kind of a new little item I bought, and I'm really excited about it. So I wanted to talk about it. If you haven't heard of Kohana Scissors, it's a Japanese scissor company, and they have all sorts of really cool scissors and accessories, and I love Japanese items. I spent 2 months in Japan when I was in high school as like a student exchange, and I'd love to go back now when I really would appreciate it more. But I love Japanese designs and stuff, just stuff. But I couldn't resist this. I don't think I have a pair of Kohana scissors. I've seen them. They're beautiful. They're not inexpensive, but they're not crazy expensive either. But the thing is, they come from Japan, so your shipping is higher. So I hadn't bought a pair before, but I couldn't resist this one just because I love all things Japanese. So I got my package, and I don't know if you can see the picture on the front. This is the little box that came in. I'll show you a better picture of this. This is a daruma, if I'm saying that right. Daruma, I don't know how to exactly pronounce it. But I'm going to talk about it in a minute. But it comes with this wonderful tin. There, you can kind of see his face now. But it's a metal tin, but it's just like satin, or, it's really nice. So you open up the tin, if I can get it open, and it's got all these wonderful little goodies in it. There's a little teeny, these are little buttons. I think they're like counters. They look like they're attached to needles. This is a little teeny tiny Daruma doll. I will show you a big picture of one in a minute so you know what they actually look like if you don't already. But this was actually wrapped in this wonderful little package. There you can kind of see the design on it with the Daruma face, but I'm keeping it just because that's really cool. But these little buttons, I don't know if you can see them. I hate to take them out of the package because that's the way I am, but they're actually wrapped with threads. So they're really, really cool. And then it has a little book. This is how you spell Kohana scissors. So if you want to read about it, it's all in Japanese. Yeah. So anyway, it tells everything that's in the package. I just don't know how to speak Japanese. There is a link to the Kohana website at the end. I don't get anything for this. I don't get any rewards from Kohana. I did not get a discount, anything. I just like to share specialty items that I like with my with the people that follow me. And it has this wonderful Daruma doll. It's actually a large, heavy magnet. You see how it's thick. And you can set it down, and it's got like cork on the back so it doesn't slide, but it is also magnetic, so it will stick to metal. There, see, sticks right to the metal container, and you can put your needles and stuff on it like a needle minder. And this is the rest of the box, and it's got this stuffing in it. But these are my favorites, and they're red. So I love the red. So these are little tiny Kohana scissors, and that's what a Daruma doll looks like. I have a bigger picture I'm going to show you just because I like to teach people about stuff. So these are little teeny wonderful travel scissors, and they had come with this cute little leather case, and they're just nice. You know, these would be perfect if you're flying, traveling. You don't have to worry about the size of it. And they're just nice, really, really nice snippers. They have a little, see the spring in there, but I just fell in love with them. It wasn't crazy expensive, but of course, shipping from Japan is crazy expensive. But they actually, you can see the design. It's got like an embossed, it's hard to see, embossed design on it. Kind of see it there. They ship them DHL and they come within 3 days. It's amazing. I've ordered from people in the US and not gotten them that fast. But anyway, so this is what's in this cute little tin. And I wanted to show you, and I have one of these somewhere. I bought one in Japan. This is a Daruma doll, and they're paper mache, usually paper mache. And of course, I went to Wikipedia, and I have a link to this too if you want to find out more. I'm not going to read you the whole story, but it says here, a Daruma doll is a hollow, round Japanese traditional doll modeled after, and I'm going to pronounce this wrong, Bodhidharma, the founder of the Zen tradition of Buddhism. These dolls, so typically red and depicting the Indian monk, vary greatly in color and design depending on the region and artist. This is what I associate with the Daruma. Now I won't be able to say it at all, Daruma doll. Although considered a toy by some, Daruma has a design that is rich in symbolism and is regarded more as a talisman of good luck to the Japanese. Daruma dolls are seen as a symbol of perseverance and good luck, making them a popular gift of encouragement. I need encouragement. We all need encouragement. The doll has also been commercialized by many Buddhist temples to use alongside the setting of goals. When purchased, the figure's eyes are both blank white. The owner selects a goal or a wish and paints the left eye of the figure's two eyes with Chinese or Japanese ink. Once the goal is achieved, the right eye is filled in. So anyway, I had to share this with you because I love it so much. And this is the first Kohana item, I believe that I ordered directly from them. I've seen them around, and right now they'll probably sell out, but they have a special all for the different seasons. They have different themes, and right now is the beginning of winter, so they have specials with red scissors, and they're a limited edition. They pretty much always sell out. This was also a limited edition, and someone posted it on Facebook, and I immediately went there. And like I said, I don't usually buy stuff, but it was fairly reasonable, other than the shipping, of course. But it's they said it's a limited edition. They're not going to make any more, so I had to have it. So that is my little gift to myself for everything I've been through, because you have to like I don't give myself enough gifts, you know. So anyway, I'm going to move on now. I recently went to another retreat, which we all kind of needed. Everybody here in the area needed this retreat. This was run by Sunshine State Stitchers. That is Ann Williamson. If you look up Sunshine State Stitchers on Facebook, she holds retreats all over Florida. And I think she does one in Alabama, and she may be doing one in South Carolina next year. So she's kind of expanding. She runs, I don't know, 4 or 5, 6 during the year. This one was nice because it was in Riverview, I think, in the Tampa Bay area. So it was about an hour from my house. So it wasn't too far. And so I didn't stay at the hotel, and that way I don't have to board my kitty. I could be home in the morning and evening to give Mama Kitty her medicine, and it saved me on having a hotel room. But I do like to stay at the hotels, because then you can stay up late with the people and stitch and have fun. And after lunch, you can go up and take a nap. That's the best part. But there was no class for this retreat. It was Thursday, Friday, Saturday. I was allowed to vend, which I always appreciate. I saw a lot of friends, some I hadn't seen in a while, some were just Facebook friends, some I've known for many, many years, like 20 some years at least. So very old in I've been friends a long time, old friends. We got a lot of goodies at the retreat, of course. I'm going to go over all that stuff. I won a door prize. I finished one of my projects. I'll show you that in a minute. So that was kind of fun. At these retreats, people bring gifts for everybody, whether they're handmade or candies. Of course, it was the weekend before Halloween, so there was a lot of Halloween candy, which most of mine might be gone. I do have some left. But what I did is my friend Sue Donnelly, that's who I stayed with during the Hurricane Milton. She gave me this whole jar of these really cool wooden buttons that she had that she didn't need anymore, but it was a big jar of them. There was about 25, 30 people at this retreat. So I decided, as a little giveaway, I designed this pattern. It looks big, but it only comes up about 3 by 3, I think it was. I did it on 28 count linen over 2, and the button fits right in the center of it. So anyway, I handed this out, and then the button, and of course, one of my business cards, which has, sure I have it right side up, which has a ruler on it. So if you ever see me at a retreat, make sure you get one of my business cards, because they're handy to have in your sewing kit in case you just need a quick 3-inch ruler, or however many, 8, whatever that is at the bottom, centimeters, I guess. So anyway, I handed this out. I can't find my sample because everything's really packed up. I packed everything up after the retreat, of course. But I did put this on the Morning Glory Needleworks Facebook page. I also posted it in a few of the groups I belong to. I posted it in Sunshine State Stitchers for the people that couldn't come to the retreat. It's also on the MG Needleworks Instagram page. It's on there as a JPEG. So what you can do is copy and paste it into a blank document and make sure it fits the document. And then you can just either use it that way or print it out. So I stitched this on just like a cream colored linen with brown, dark brown silky thread. So, and you can work it in black work, reversible, double running stitch, or back stitched. I did a little bit of both. So that's kind of how I work. Nobody's going to see the back. I don't care. And I made it into a little pin cushion, put the button in the middle, and then pulled it tight. So it's got like a little dimple in the middle with the button. So anyway, that's a little freebie I gave away. Other people, I got all sorts of good stuff. Jean Schaufstall gave us these cute little buckets, which were full of candy, and they were all tied up with a cute little bow. But oops, candy's gone. It's empty. So that was fun. That was waiting at our table. They saved me a seat because I got there a little bit later than everybody else. Jean also makes, she does finishing and she makes project bags. And Ann Williamson had her make the project bags for this retreat. Ann's retreats, you always get a project bag or something along that line. So, and because it was a fall retreat, we had these wonderful project bags. Isn't this nice with the turkeys in the barn and the farm and the wonderful lining here, which is really pretty. It's, if you can't see it, but it's got little pumpkins and turkeys and stuff on it. And that was our, oh, and it's got a little pumpkin charm on the scissor. So that was our gift from Anne for attending the retreat. Like I said, all these are waiting, you know, at the table. Trying to see what else. Of course, we got a little notebook. There was also an ink pen. There were door prizes. I won the very first door prizes, which was this cute little pair of polka dot scissors. I haven't opened them yet because they're in one of those packages that takes like a pry bar to get everything out, but they're really cute. And she gave away all sorts of wonderful gifts. Also waiting at our table was a nice bag. It says thank you. We put all our goodies in it. When we left, we all got a nice Giving Thanks was the name of the Stitch Tampa Bay. Giving Thanks was the theme, and it was Stitch Tampa Bay was the retreat, was what it was called. Nice heavy duty plastic coffee cup, which is always handy. Can never have too many coffee cups. And I bought this pattern, it says Boo, because we were all given this wonderful bag that you can actually stitch on. I have a couple of these around. Probably seen these. Shepherd's Bush uses this a lot. This is a Shepherd's Bush pattern. I went ahead and bought the pattern because we all got the bags and it was so cute. She also did give away the bag as a door prize. Also, I mean, the pattern as a door prize. And she gave away some of their big sizes of the bags, and they have different, there's a Halloween one, there's thanks, there's one that says Stitch. There's all different ones, different designs. Let's see, this was another person gave us a cute little pumpkin so we could set it in front of on the table in front of us. Another, I'm sorry, I don't remember everybody's names, but they gave us this. I was hoping it was ice cream, but it's not. It's very cute. Open it up, and there's little fall leaves. There was some floss. There is a like a scissor fob in there. Pull that out so you can see it. Scissor fob. Very fall. Oops, the sunflower. And some fall threads. And then this wonderful little pumpkin. Isn't that pretty? Oops. And everybody's were different colors. Some were white. I like the orange. It matches my other pumpkin. This was by Sandra Cleary. She gave us that. So it was just so many treats. And every time you'd come back from lunch or a break, hi, Mama Kitty. And there would be another wonderful little gift waiting for us. This was also from Anna. It was a little bag that has Werther's caramels in it. And also, I can get them out. There was a couple of charms. There was a fall or a maple leaf charm, and then a 2024 charm. It's just like so much fun. Oh, so much fun stuff. It's just like, you know, every time you come back to your table, there's something else wonderful waiting for you. Anyway, set that over there. So, and my friend Marlene, who I've known for a lot of years, I don't know, 25 years, I don't know, quite a while. She gave us everybody one of these. It wasn't just people at the table, it was everybody at the retreat. She handmade these little, it could be, they're for like floss drops, or you could put it on your scissors as a scissor fob, and it says thankful, grateful. So that was wonderful. And the pretty, I love the bags, all the cool little stuff. And then I also, my mom, many of you know, was a quilter. She no longer quilts. She will be 94 in January. She's doing pretty good. But she can no longer quilt, but she still wants to create. So she makes these wonderful coffee mats. I had originally asked my sister to send me a bunch of these because I was supposed to go to the retreat in Jacksonville, and the theme for that one was tea and stitching with friends. So I thought this would be a great mug mat. I have a huge bag of these. My sister sent me pretty much all Mom had made. They're all different colors. This is the one I picked for myself. And I told everybody the story of my mom. She used to own a quilt store with my dad. And then a year or so after my dad passed away, she sold the store and moved back to Holland, Michigan, where she lives now with my sister. But at that time, she lived by herself. And she ran quilting retreats for 25 years. And a lot of the people came to that retreat every year since the beginning. It was amazing. I went to one, but then later when it got a little much for her, she was in her 80s, mid 80s. They had a final retreat with her running it. And then unfortunately, I didn't get to go to that one because I was working. But anyway, some other women in the group took it over because Mom could no longer handle or do it. It's a lot. It's a lot of work. And anyway, they took it over. So the retreat is still going, as far as I know. I haven't talked to anybody recently. Also, when you go to these retreats, people bring like a stash unloading table that has like everything on it. There's patterns, there's kits, there's other little things. Oh, I forgot to show this. One of the other friends at our table made this cute little bag with this cute little charm on it. I forgot about that. I believe this was Karen. She was at, I know her from another stitching group I'm in, and she came to this retreat. So that was another wonderful gift. I'm sorry if I missed any. We got so many. I had a whole bag. I was just kind of putting everything in. But back to the original story that they have things they give away. So you can always use a little bag. So I got this. I thought it was cute. Somebody had left it on the table for free, just a little bag to put threads or whatever you want in, just cute. And I also picked up this, which is really nice. It hangs over the arm of your chair. I've been wanting one of these, and I thought about buying a pattern and trying to make one. I can sew, but it's a struggle. But this one is already made, and it's very big, which is good because I have a huge recliner couch. But it's got a cushion here. You can put pins in it and stuff, your needles. You can put your scissors, your chart, whatever threads in these pockets. So I grabbed that up. So that was that. The retreat was so much fun. We just had a good time. It included lunches each day. Dinner, you were on your own. Breakfast, you were on your own. We went out to eat one time. I had really yummy steak, and then we ate at the hotel one time too. I don't remember what I had, an appetizer, wings, chicken wings. So anyway, Ann always provides lunch each day, and along with drinks and food. And then in the afternoon, there's a snack. The first day it was like brownies and a couple different kinds of brownies, which were yummy, and cookies. And then the next day it was fruit, like a fruit and cheese bar or bowl, whatever. So it was yummy. It was a lot of fun. So like I said, if you get a chance, go to a retreat. I mean, you come in and you don't know anybody. By the time you leave, you will know almost everybody. And it would be easy to meet everybody, let me tell you, because all you have to do is go around and start talking to people. And everybody's really friendly. Talk about needlework. Everybody talks. That's all you have to do is admire their needlework. They'll show you the pattern. They'll talk about it, everything. And that's a good way to get to know more stitchers. Okay, so that was my fun weekend. It was really nice after the storm and everything else everybody had been through, to get away and just be with friends. Okay, now, while I was at the retreat, I was going to talk about this. This bag actually was in a free bag that I picked up one time. And I showed this once before. I've gotten a little ways farther on it. I got these bottles done. I'm telling you, this border down here, I have a mistake in this bottle. I shouldn't tell you, but I do. We all make mistakes. And it's 1 stitch wider. So I couldn't figure out why it wasn't coming out right. Well, it wasn't coming out right because this thing on the end is 1 stitch wider, so it wasn't going to end up in the same place. So what I did this border. This is what the finished border will look like, this little section here. So I just did this part of it, but I started on this end so it would come out right when I got to the end. And then I started on this bottom part, and that was the first day. I didn't do a lot of stitching. I spent a lot of time walking around. I did make a lot of sales, which was great. So that was what I worked on one day. I was going to show you. This is a stitch along by the steady thread. And each time, like this was one section she released. This was a section. This was a section. I have the entire pattern now. So I'm kind of working on it off and on. The next thing I'm going to do is this here. It's very fiddly. You can see there's a lot of stitches. There's a lot of details in it. I love it. And it's all one color. I'm doing it all in one color. If you look online or in Facebook for this stitch along, people are doing it in all amazing colors. Some are doing everything in a different color. Others are doing it like me in all one color, which is the easiest, of course. One person has done this crystal ball and then did it all in like a a filament thread, not metallic, but iridescent thread. It's gorgeous. It's just beautiful. But anyway, it's a fun piece to work on. Like I said, if you're tired, I was very tired the first day because of course I had to be up really early because it was an hour drive to get to the retreat, which is, I'm used to that. But of course, the night before I couldn't sleep. My cat, Alphaba's been a little sick. So I was up with her. So I didn't get much sleep. So I was, not doing real well anyway, and then exhausted and then have to haul everything in and get everything set up. So the first half of the day, I kind of just sat and calmed down. And then I started stitching. Now the second project I worked on, I had a new project to work on, but it was too complicated for me to start at a retreat because I didn't even have it started yet. So I showed you this once before. This is the class I took at EGA National, the what is it? The Beekeeper's Miniature Sewing Box. I was trying to find the picture of it. It's going to be a box. Anyway, I got all the stitching done. I had been showing this as I worked on each piece. Now this box, the finished box is going to be a 2-inch cube. So 2 inches high, 2 inches wide, 2 inches deep, 2 inches all the way around. And these are all the sides. Oops, I have a lot of thread hanging here. So this one, and this one are the 4 sides. See that? Yeah, are the 4 sides. Each of the bee skeps is a different stitch. The base, the grass underneath is a different stitch. So that's the 4 sides. It says no bees, no honey, no work, no money. And then this is the top of the box, and it will have a little bead and a bead charm that will go in the center of that. This is the inside of the top, and it will have this beautiful gold silk. There will be a round pin cushion attached to this. That's why it's plain. This is the bottom. I added quite a bit. I put my whole name, Dawn R. Fisher, and then I put 2024 EGA National, Atlanta, Georgia, because I wanted all the memories on there. When Catherine stitched it, she just put her name. But I wanted all that, so I crammed all that in there. This is going to be the bottom. It has 4 beads that will go on the bottom, so it will have little feet. And then everything's going to be lined in this wonderful gold silk. And I also made, these are going to be sewn together and stuffed and used as a scissor fob. So that was fun. I worked on those. So while I was there, all this was done. I finished this. I had to chart all this out and figure out how to fit it all in that little spot. And it's all stitched over one. She gave, Catherine Theron gave us the alphabet and everything so we could chart it all out. And then I did the 2 little bees, and I may do some more because there's a lot of room here because these are going to be cut off with like a 1/2 inch hem on the outside when you put it all together. So that was what I worked at. So I showed you my WIP and then a finish, not fully finished, but the stitching is finished, the cross stitching and all the specialty stitches are finished. So now I'm going to pause a minute and I will be right back. Okay, I'm back. So what I was going to show you was as I said in my last video, I'm going to be showing some of my teaching pieces. I'm going to be sending out class proposals. I have sent some out. I'm working on sending out more for 2025 and 2026. As I said before, I have classes scheduled in February, March, and April. I'll be talking more about those later. And I just thought it'd be nice to show a few of my teaching pieces. So last time I talked about alphabet of stitches. So this is the companion piece. This is alphabet of stitches redux, which is number 2. So this also has 26 different stitches and one for each letter of the alphabet. So this has A for Assisi, B is Brighton, C is curtain, diamond straight, English, French, Greek, herringbone couching, all the way down to zigzag chain. This is worked on 32 count fabric, and it is worked in sulky thread, which I love. I'm going to be ordering some more sulky thread. And so this is one of my teaching pieces. So if you're interested, please contact me. My email is at the bottom. It's dawn@morninggloryneedleworks.com. I prefer to teach in person, but I will teach over Zoom if that's easier for you, because it's hard to get around in this day and age. But if you can get a group together, I do teach over Zoom. So just contact me if you want any more information. I can send you class proposals. This is a 2-day class. It does have some pre-work, as with the one I talked about last time, alphabet of stitches. There are lines that just basting lines. That's all you have to have done. And you need them. Believe me, I did it when I stitched this. I did my basting lines, and you just use quilting thread or whatever you use for basting, and do your basting lines. And then when you're done stitching, you can pull them all out. So again, if you're interested, please contact me and I would be happy to send you information. I have, like I said, I have 2-day classes. I have 1-day classes. I have a few like half-day classes, couple hour classes. I have some beginner classes that I've taught, just an introduction to using a few specialty stitches on a pin cushion or something. So just let me know. And that is that. So let me set this here so I don't knock it over. Okay, got it. Now it is time for stitch of the month. So this month I did it's called triple cross, and it's a variation. There's a lot of stitches with the same or similar names, and this is a triple cross variation. Kind of looks like a stitch with a big stitch over the top, which is basically what it is. This is a fun, easy stitch. So here's what I'll be posting this in the Stitch of the Month Facebook group, so be sure to join. I'll be posting a PDF of this. This shows the sampler that I designed, which is, I've been working off of this since 2022 when I started this. You don't have to do it all together. You can do it however you want. You can just do a little scrap off to the side, however you want to work, just to practice your stitches. I just happen to have this really long skinny piece of 28 count linen, and it worked perfect for this. So anyway, this shows all the different stitches, the suggested colors. You can use whatever you want. Each month, the different stitch and the colors I used. I'm using sulky thread. So this is the close-up of the stitch. So you can see it is like triple cross stitches. Each stitch, this is one completed stitch here. So there's 2 oblong crosses and then 1 full cross. I did it in 2 different colors. So this will also be available in the Stitch of the Month Facebook group as a PDF. So I'm going to bring out my PowerPoint and kind of go through so you can see it on the screen big, and then I'll demonstrate it like I always do. So this is kind of a sample of how I teach. This is what I do. I prefer to teach in person so I can walk around and answer questions that people have, but It can be done over Zoom also. So let me bring up the PowerPoint and I'll show you a bigger picture of this. All right, so this shows the large diagram and then a close-up of how it will look, how the chart looks. That's the row across the bottom, so that's how it shows on the chart itself. So basically, the first two steps to each stitch, that is the white. I worked it in a dark pink. You can use whatever colors you want. So you're going to do an oblong cross over, it's 2 threads wide and 4 fabric threads high. So you come up at 1, count 2 threads to the right, and then count 4 threads up and go down at 2. Then you're going to come up at 3, which is 2 threads to the right of 1, and go down at 4, which is 2 threads to the left of 2. So that is your first stitch in the triple stitch. The next stitch, you come up at 5, which shares a hole with 3, go down at 6, which is 2 fabric threads to the right from 2, come up at 7, which is 2 fabric threads to the right of 5, and go down at 8, which shares a hole with step 2. That is the base for your first stitch. So what I suggest doing, if you're going to do them in 2 different colors like I did, work all your oblong crosses across the row and complete that as it's shown on the chart. Next, you're going to work the large cross stitch across the top. Note that the stitch on the right shows the completed stitch. So all of the stitches will have that big X over the top. I left the 2 stitches on the left side open so you could see how they actually work together. So what you'll do, you come up at A with your second color of thread. That actually shares a hole with step 1. So you're going to come up at A and go down at step B, which would share a hole with step 6. Come up at C, which shares a hole with step 7, and go down at D, which shares a hole with step 4. That completely covers the stitch. It doesn't cover it, but it goes across the stitch. That is one complete stitch. So you've worked all your oblong crosses across the row, and then you're going to go work all of the stitches diagrammed in gray across all the stitches, the steps diagrammed in white. So let me bring up my other camera and I will show you how to work the stitch. All right, so what I have done here, this is where I've come up here, my diagram, so I make sure I'm doing it correctly. So I have come up at what would be step 1. So I'm going to count 2 threads to the right and 4 threads up and go down. That is step 1, 2. I'm going to come up for 3. That's 2 threads to the right of 1 and go down at 4, which is 2 threads to the left of 2. That is the first step in the stitch. Now I'm just going to continue across the row. These all share holes. Each step of this stitch shares holes. So that is one complete base to the stitch. I'm going to do a couple more just so you can see how the stitches work together. So this will be the second stitch on this row. There, put my weight over there. Okay, so I have, this will actually be 2 stitches when it's done. So I'm going to thread up with a different color thread. This is, I'm actually using crochet cotton for this because it's because it's bigger and shows up better than other types of thread. Oops, maybe. Okay, so to do the top layer, you'll come up in the same hole as one and go down in the same hole as what would be step 6. So you're just working a large cross stitch over top of your 2 base stitches. So there you go. That is 1 stitch. And there is 2 stitches. So it's a fairly simple stitch. I wanted to show you how it looks stitched. Let's see if I can focus this in a little better. It's a really pretty stitch. I think it would make an interesting, like maybe a walkway on a sampler or the roof of a house or bricks on a house, something that you want to add some texture, or you could do it in 2 shades of green or 1 shade of overdyed green for grass. If you have a large grass area, this would be really pretty for that. So that is the, if I can get my thing to come up here, that is the triple cross stitch. Okay, so that's it for FlossTube number 69. I hope you enjoyed this stitch and everything I talked about today. Next time, I'm going to be talking about, again, some antique tools that I found while going through some of my boxes, and whatever else happens to come up in the next couple of weeks. Again, my videos are posted on the 1st, which is, well, usually if there's no hurricanes, on the 1st and the 15th of the month. On the 1st of the month, I always do a new Stitch of the Month, and then that will be posted in the Stitch of the Month Facebook group, so be sure to join that. Let me know if there's some stitches you would like to learn. I love reading your comments. It's always so interesting in how you relate to the things I talk about. I had some people from Florida comment, or other people that went through some of the storms also. So I do appreciate any comments, even if you just come in and like the video, just watch it and like it. And I appreciate that. So I will see you again on the 15th of November. So thank you again for watching. Bye.